Hello and welcome, my dear friend. Let me slow this down for a moment, because maybe that's the very thing you've forgotten how to do. We don't often question where certain beliefs come from. We just live by them. We repeat them. We build lives around them. Like this one. If it doesn't hurt, it doesn't count. It's subtle, but it lives deep. We treat rest like a guilty pleasure, ease like laziness, and healing? Healing doesn't feel real unless it brings you to your knees. But let me ask you something. When did pain become your proof? Who taught you that struggle meant progress and peace meant failure? Maybe it wasn't said out loud. Maybe it was something you absorbed. Watching people you admired burn themselves out for their families. Friends chasing success like it was a finish line on fire. Strangers online preaching discipline like devotion. Or maybe it was just the quiet looks, the pride in someone's eyes when you pushed through instead of breaking down. So now, even when life starts to soften, even when your spirit whispers that it's time to pause, you resist it, because something inside you equates ease with emptiness. You tell yourself, if I'm not suffering, I'm not doing enough. But here's the truth that might feel too gentle to believe at first. You don't have to suffer to prove you're alive. You don't have to carry exhaustion like it's a badge of honor. You don't have to earn rest by collapsing. And yet, here you are, tired beyond reason, wondering if maybe you failed because everything feels so heavy. But maybe, just maybe, that weight is not a sign you're doing something wrong. Maybe it's what happens when you've been holding your breath for years and finally exhale. Let me offer you this. Healing, real healing, often looks like nothing is happening at all. It's not dramatic. It doesn't broadcast itself. It happens in the quiet, in the rewiring. Like this. Imagine a piano tucked in the corner of a dusty room. No one has touched it in years. And then one day someone decides to tune it. They don't rip out the strings. They don't break the keys. They listen. They press one note at a time, adjust, wait, refine, again and again, until the tension is just right. Not too tight, not too loose. That's what you're doing right now. You're tuning yourself back to your natural rhythm. Not the frantic pace the world taught you, not the tightrope of productivity you were praised for walking, but the real you, the one who doesn't need to suffer to feel worthy. And yes, while you're tuning, while you're slowing down and listening again, your mind might panic. It might say you're falling behind, you're missing something, you're wasting time. But that voice is just an echo. It's the sound of every moment you were applauded for pushing past your limits, every time someone rewarded your overextension with validation. And now you're in a season where there is no applause, just silence, just you. And that's not a punishment. That's the invitation. So if you felt numb, disoriented, unsure if you're still on track, you are. You're not drifting. You're decomposing the identity that only knew how to perform pain. And no one around you may understand it. Because this kind of shift can't be measured by results. It's felt in your breath, in the space between thoughts, in the way your shoulders drop when you stop trying to carry what was never yours. That's how you know it's real. You're not pretending to change anymore. You are changing. And change like this, it doesn't come with a checklist. It comes with surrender. Let's stay here a little longer, right in this space between who you were and who you're becoming. I know it's tempting to want answers, a plan, something to fix. But what if you're not supposed to fix anything right now? What if your only job in this season is to feel? And I get it. That idea alone might stir some discomfort. Because for so long, stillness was never safe. It meant something was wrong. It meant you were falling behind. It meant you needed to rush to fill the silence before it swallowed you. But this time, the silence isn't empty, It's full of information, full of instruction, and your body, yes, even with all its fatigue, is trying to relay the message. We're safe now. We don't have to run anymore. But old instincts die hard, don't they? The impulse to jump, to prove, to move fast enough to outrun the doubt, it's still in you. And that's not failure. That's memory, muscle memory, soul memory. You were trained for this world, like someone trained for war, always ready, always alert, always one decision away from chaos. So of course you're exhausted. But here's the deeper truth. You're not just tired. You're over-adapted. You became so good at surviving that your soul had to create a disruption, this stillness, to remind you that survival was never the end goal. You came here to live, and that means letting go of the constant pressure to earn the very things that are already yours. Joy, rest, ease, clarity, connection. You don't need to strive to be spiritual. You don't need to hustle to be worthy. You don't need to push to be powerful. Power begins when you stop letting fear dictate your pace. And yes, there will be voices, even within you, that try to convince you otherwise. That say slowing down is regression. That say you're not doing enough to be chosen. But let's be real. You don't become chosen by force. You become chosen by remembrance. By remembering who you are, without the noise, without the applause, without the urgency. And while we're here, let's name something else. You might look around and see people building, launching, climbing, and feel like you're standing still in the middle of their storm. But your pause isn't their delay. Your silence isn't their setback. You're not here to match their rhythm. You're here to honor your own. Besides, think of a wound. Not the dramatic kind, but a deep, clean cut. You can't force it to heal faster by staring at it. You cover it. You keep it clean. You wait. And the body, without your constant supervision, does what it was always designed to do: restore. So let that part of you restore. Let it rebuild without interference. Let it remember what peace feels like without performance. Let me give you one final image. Picture a tree in the dead of winter. No leaves, no visible growth. To the outside world, it might even look lifeless. But beneath the frozen ground, its roots are expanding, slowly, quietly, drawing from deeper reservoirs. That's you. This season may not look like growth on the surface, but you are expanding underneath it all. And when it's time, when the warmth returns, everything you've been preparing in the silence will rise. Naturally, effortlessly, in full bloom. You won't need to explain how you got there. You won't need to justify the pause. You'll simply be living proof that the miracle was never in the speed. It was in the trust. So let this be your permission to stop glorifying burnout, to stop waiting for the world to understand your rhythm, to stop abandoning yourself just to feel productive. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not done. You are building something sacred that can't be rushed. And soon, the same people who didn't understand your stillness will marvel at what it birthed. You are safe. You are seen. You are sacred. And it's not too late. It never was. Your soul knew this would be the season of silence. It also knew it would be the season that saved you. So rest, dream, soften. Not because you've earned it, but because it's finally safe to receive it. We're in this together. And the next chapter, it won't be built from pressure. It will be built from power. And this time, you won't have to suffer to prove it's real. You'll just know, and the world will feel it. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If this message resonated, please like, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to stay connected. Continue your awakening journey by choosing one of the videos on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.